Pre-season is officially over, which means competitive football is just around the corner. Chelsea are back. I'm back. And it's got all the makings of an exciting, but also, as we know how Chelsea can be, also very unpredictable season ahead. One thing is yet to be officially said to christen the end of pre-season than the beginning of the new season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Pochettino! As always, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel, of which there will be plenty starting from today. Now then, 5 games played, 3 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses, 13 goals scored, 5 goals conceded, and a plethora of information to unfold. Overall, listen, we were great. Many of us were probably rather anxious coming into the Brighton and Newcastle games, to be specific, you know. But I think it's fair to say that we were the better side, even in those 2 games in particular. If you'd have asked anyone if we'd go unbeaten in these games, you'd have struggled to find anyone who would have believed just that. A 5-0 win, on the other hand, against Wrexham to get things going. It was what it was. No one was expecting to lose. I think I actually predicted a 5-0 win for that game. More than anything, it was the beginning of the spotlight being on MAATSEN, and it only took 3 minutes to flick that switch. Before pre-season, MAATSEN was seen as a hopeful. One of those young players that there's the talent is there. The talent is there, but we need to put it to action. And no one truly could have predicted just how instrumental his performances could have been. And any player vying for a starting place down that left-hand side needs to take a look over their shoulder just in case he's there. Next season, there's going to be competition down that left-hand side, and with how the likes of Cucurella, to say the least, and people will say Chilwell, but I think he got better throughout the actual pre-season as time went by. But Cucurella specifically, it's looking more and more likely that MAATSEN could break into this squad come the start of the season. A late goal as well for Christopher NKUNKU. I mean, how good is he? How good is Christopher NKUNKU? It is a joke at this point. It really, truly is a joke. Christopher NKUNKU allowed us to see him on the score sheet in his first game for the club, and it wouldn't be his last. A 4-3 win over Brighton, albeit, listen, 3 of our goals came following their red card, and also we did concede 2 when they had 10 men themselves. We still looked good. And NKUNKU on the score sheet once again. Mudryk, of all people, Mikhail Mudryk managed his first goal for the club, finally, alongside a second for Conor Gallagher, and the first one for Nicholas Jackson, who has taken the fan base by the bollocks in the way of popularity. 2 goals and 3 assists from him. It's been incredible, to say the least. His bursts of pace, his strength on the ball, his ability to finish, his ability to stay on side is something of a miracle. Honestly, prayers have been answered that finally we have a front man that can stay on the line. It's enough to bring a tear to any Chelsea fan's eye. With the rumours of Vlahovic to Chelsea, Jackson, and the Vlahovic rumours have been going on for ages. I think that was in one of my last videos, which is over a fucking month ago. But anyway, I digress. With the rumours of Vlahovic to Chelsea, Jackson, a man who probably had little thought of being Chelsea's leading man next season when he first joined the club, will now have competition. But truthfully, with the performances he put in pre-season campaign, I can't imagine many people would rather Vlahovic to start the season ahead of Jackson at this point on the opening game, should he be here by then. Not only that, but I can imagine he will see the competition and use it. He'll soak it up. He'll soak it up like he's done so far in this pre-season, to use it to up his game and more. Even more, sorry, and realistically, that's no bad thing from what we've seen so far. I'm going to have to get used to the lights. I'm fucking sweating bullets here. The old man is still pulling the strings. Well, both defensively and in the box. Thiago Silva, this time next year, will be turning 40 years of age. But this preseason campaign, he showed that he will once again be the main character in the defence this season, especially following Fofana's injury woes, which was obviously a kick in the nuts for Chelsea fans and Chelsea as a whole. That said, with the inclusion of Disasi, he will get his rest from time to time, no doubt about it. Lewis Hall, another youngster who impressed and certainly, not for the first time, is likely to go out on loan, sadly, in my opinion. However, it cannot go denied, or cannot be denied, how good this player will be in the future. I have backed him. I'm not the only one, obviously, but I, for one, loved him the season before last in his performances when he got the chance to play last season. Incredible. I don't quite understand the loan move, to be honest with you. It can't be denied how good he is as a player. Hopefully, though, we won't leave it too long like we have done with several other players before we put his talents to a more regular routine. Players that either didn't impress me, such as Raheem Sterling, are beginning to be more and more of a burden to other talent more than anything else, to be honest with you. He has... He and everyone else, of course, deserves a clean slate after the dog shit season that we have just had. However, his performance is woeful, but typical and expected all the same. He looks exactly the same, if not worse, as last season. His work rate poor, his continuous habit of running straight into defenders, thus killing any progressive moves, are becoming more and more tedious and predictable the more you watch him. That said, you can absolutely expect him in the future to start or be in the starting 11 against Liverpool on the opening day, depriving the likes of the aforementioned MAATSEN from putting in a shift of their own. Goalkeeper-wise, apart from against Brighton, where we conceded 3 goals, they weren't really, or all the goalkeepers weren't really tested. I thought Slanino impressed in terms of his, to show how little they had to do. His work with his feet, I thought, was pretty good. Yeah, didn't get to see Kepa all that much get challenged. Only with Kepa as well, only being the only number 1 option out of the boys that we have right now. It's hard to see where he ranks against Robert Sanchez when he comes in. Mauricio Pochettino. What can I say? He's brought hope to Chelsea fans across the world and a new sense of belief that this season can and will be different from the last, drastically. His tactics appear to be rubbing off of the players tremendously well. Link-ups, training ground routines, a great cohesion throughout can be observed the entire pre-season campaign. Overall, with everything said and done, I would give this Chelsea side a 7.5 out of 10. If maybe an 8. Maybe an 8. I, for one, am excited. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself because we know how that can go. It's the hope that kills you and all that sort of stuff. But from what we've had as a starter course, I'm all ears when it comes to taste testing or seeing what happens with the main and dessert. And that's pre-season done. Let me know your thoughts down below. How do you think it went? Did I miss anything out? Let's discuss it in the comments down below. I am back. This is the first video of many this season. Loads to talk about this season over the next week or so. Obviously got the big announcement as to where I'm going to be. Well, for me anyway. I mean, it's not massive news, but it's big news for me as to where I'm going to be doing my watch-alongs. It won't be on this channel, but it will be somewhere else. I've already given away details of it if you watched my my watch-along against Fulham the other day. Thank you to everyone that tuned in for that as well. But anyway, I digress. With that said, it's great to be back making videos. As always, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. My name is Harry at the Chelsea, and peace.